And we have learnt, if you look at the kind of change that is underway in British politics, if you look at the uncertainty that could develop regarding what the future trading relationship is, what we just need is a very solid, robust legal structure to ensure our island doesn't get into great difficulty in the future. And in great fairness to Prime Minister May and many of her members of Cabinet, they've recognised that, they understand this. And in fact, this is an agreement that the European Union reached with the British government. But this is an issue, Steve, that as important as economics is, as important as trade is, it's about the stability of our island. It's about the huge progress that the British and Irish governments have made in an enormous political project. And the stakes in protecting that progress are so high.
Absolutely enormous. So why not throw Mrs May a bone to get her deal over the line? Because we know whether it's the DUP, and I was speaking to them last week, whether it's the hard Brexiteers, and again, I had similar conversations with them as well. If you were offering a time limit on this as well, I got a feeling that we can actually get over the line on this one as well and save the months, if not years, of soul-searching which could follow. A second referendum, and I know many people in Europe are much in favour of that, but constitution in the UK, and you know this as well as anyone, it will be a score draw. It makes a real problem for people going forward. Why not have a third? Why not have a fourth?
So what's crucial when we're looking to maintain the political order that we have in our island is an atmosphere of certainty on key things. And the immediate question both governments would get asked is, if a backstop is triggered that has a timeline on it, what will happen in the period after that backstop? And the uncertainty that would generate would have a momentous effect on our island. We have seen the freedom of movement of people, we have seen the absence of hard infrastructure on our island enable an amazing progress in the stability of the island. And that is the very reason why both governments have acknowledged the backstop is needed. That's why we have got to this point.
So you and I are not ignorant of the amazing progress that's been. In fact, you've alluded to it many times. And the Good Friday Agreement was a pivotal moment.
It was,
in the island of Ireland's history as well. But there are borderless, frictionless trade between Switzerland, this country, and France, between Norway, which is outside of the EU, and Sweden as well. It is feasible and it is possible to have something between Northern Ireland and the Republic, isn't it?
Indeed, but many of the countries that you're referring to have entered into economic models and trading relationships with the European Union that the British government at the moment have indicated they're not willing to do.
You're talking about a customs union?
Well, it's obvious that in some of the early statements that Prime Minister May made, she laid down a number of red lines that she was not willing to cross, one of which was a customs union. So in each of the other economic models you've pointed to, they have made trade-offs with the European Union to then facilitate a trading relationship. Prime Minister May, in looking to adhere to the Brexit outcome, has said there are certain things she's not willing to do. If you accept that, if you also accept the goodwill and commitment of all to no hard infrastructure on our island, and then if you also understand the need of the Commission to be able to protect the integrity of the single market, the inexorable outcome of all of this is a backstop.